You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Road Trance for Black and White Sports. Well, we're going to talk about Bubba Wallace. It's been a while since we made a Bubba Wallace video. The very guy that blew this channel up. That's right. That's right. Our first big video ever was a Bubba Wallace video where we just come out and said, you know what? Garage pool noose? Yeah, that feels like a hoax. And that video blew up, and 6 weeks later, we had 60,000 subs and 10 million views. Crazy how things work. A complete hobby grew into a career. Pretty cool. So anyway, we all remember last year, of course, Bubba Wallace and the incident that happened with Kyle Larson out in Vegas, of course, where he rammed Kyle Larson's car. He was suspended for that. He was also, it was in part suspended because he attacked Kyle Larson, something we covered on this channel. This is the wreck right here. Yep, where they spun out of control, and they ended up over off the track, heading over. There goes Wallace walking down through there. And that led to this altercation right here where Bubba Wallace viciously attacked Kyle Larson. Now, Bubba's quite a bit bigger than Kyle, by the way. But it didn't stop Bubba from bullying Kyle Larson at all. Now, enter yesterday, Bubba Wallace has yet another wreck. Now, some are saying mechanical function. Whatever. In true Bubba Wallace fashion, look, his NASCAR career, the big boy circuit, has been an utter and complete failure, a complete disaster. And to give Bubba some credit, at least he's starting to get some self-awareness about it, because he had a meltdown where he is threatening to quit NASCAR. One could only hope, I guess. But needless to say, it was his third DNF of the season. So let's get to this, because I've got some video of him melting down and of him in an interview and of the crash. In fact, just so we have some context, let's check out the crash right here. He goes off, and he's the 23 car in all this. And right there he goes off, and this was at the Circuit of the Americas. Yeah, a race down in Austin. So let's get to this. Bubba Wallace was his own worst critic after his day at the Circuit of Americas in Austin, Texas, ended early on Sunday. Might I just come out and say that karma could be a real thing? Just saying, Bubba. Karma could, in fact, be a real thing. Here's something to consider in the future. Watson would pick up the third DNF of the 2023 season. It's been a disaster. After being involved in a crash on lap 11 of the Echopark Automotive Grand Prix in Texas, Wallace got into the rear of Kyle Larson. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't understand what's going on with that. And his vehicle suffered a broken toe link, among other mechanical issues. He finished in 37th place. His frustrations boiled over after he got out of the car. He offers some harsh criticism of himself. Okay, so let's watch this little interview.
With self-doubt right here. 2 weeks in a row making rookie mistakes. 6 years in the Cup. Need to be replaced.
He just come out and said it. Maybe I need to be replaced. Making rookie mistakes. This is him having an utter and complete meltdown right here.
He is. Bubba out of the race, unfortunately. Frustrated.
Yeah. Just slamming his head down, walking off.
Continue. He is. Bubba out of the race.
Right there, yeah.
Frustrated.
That's all she wrote, Bubba. Nah. Yeah. Wallace finished 20th at the Daytona 500, 30th at the Pala Casino 400 in California. He accomplished his first top 5 finish in Vegas at the Pennzoil 400. He would follow that up with a 14th at Phoenix and a 27th at Atlanta. The number 23 driver is coming off his best year in 2022 when he finished 19th and had a win at Kansas. He also finished in second place twice during the year. He's never made the NASCAR playoffs. So, I mean, there you have it. Bubba Wallace having a meltdown out there, saying that maybe it is time to consider walking away from NASCAR. Do I think he'll walk away? No, I don't know that anybody could be quite that lucky. I mean, I just don't see him walking off. But it's pretty clear. There's something about him in racing, melting down, not being able to control his temper. And look, that could potentially be a safety issue. You're talking about cars going around a track very close together, and somebody may not be self-aware enough, although he did have some self-awareness after the fact. But during the actual race, you've got to wonder, could he have a meltdown? Could somebody end up getting hurt? These are all things I think anybody involved with Bubba's team needs to take a step back and look at and go, is this okay to keep putting him out there? He's having self-doubts. Could we end up having an issue on the track that could put other NASCAR drivers in peril? They really, really dodged a bullet with that incident involving Bubba and Kyle Larson last year. There were people banging the drum for Bubba Wallace to get arrested for going after Kyle Larson. That was a thing. There were people that said he should have got banned for the entire year after that incident, after going after Kyle Larson. People speculating. Supposedly at the time he had a conversation, might have been a conversation with the guys that ran his team and him about where he was at and whether or not, he was okay with continuing to race and all that sort of thing. There was all kinds of speculation out there, and he got Kyle Petty absolutely destroyed him over that incident and said he should have been banned for the entire year. Now, of course, your wokes on Twitter lost their mind over that. You will never sell me for a solitary second that the mainstream media, the people that are banging the drum for Bubba Wallace, and the wokes on Twitter give a rat's ass about his racing. They don't care about NASCAR. All those people butted their heads into the sport when he came up with his little garage pool noose hoax, and then NASCAR went on a virtue signaling tour and allowed a Marxist organization to have a car out there with Bubba driving it. Not to mention changing all kinds of rules. They lost a lot of NASCAR fans because of Bubba Wallace. Make no mistake. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.